Here we are.
Welcome
everybody to In the Buff. You got Scott, you got Chris, you got Scott, you got Chris, you got Scott, you got Chris, you got Scott.
And everyone.
Okay,
and it's not
sorry.
my corner.
Hold on. Take him out. He's bugging out. Get the other intro guy in.
You got Scott, you got... All right.
As we just wheel you away.
You got.
Incredible.
It's also Cody, John, and Kyle. They're also here. And we're recording over Discord. And we're going to be talking over each other. Isn't that great? Isn't that great for everybody to be involved?
We'll be providing backup vocals for this podcast.
We should actually try that.
What,
Like
recording
a-
backup vocals?
Like
No, like a performance.
like a quartet.
There's 5 of us.
Let's
Like a quintet?
take every noise that we make when we're searching for ghosts and turn it into a song, like an acapella
But
song.
can we remix it into the Evangelion theme?
Sure.
With auto-tune,
Okay.
anything's possible.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Comments, huh?
I've got some comments if you want to listen to
You
them.
don't have any comments.
I don't want to listen to them.
So, from Final Fantasy X Rico Celestial Weapon Guide Godhand video from JJ7MLG, Cacti, Cactilio.
Music note
Huh?
emoji.
That's it.
That's
What?
it.
all he said.
What does that
I
mean?
couldn't even tell you. It tells me I can translate it to English.
I think.
And what do we get?
Cacti, cactus.
Great.
Music note emoji.
His profile picture looks AI generated. It doesn't look like a
Hmm.
real person.
It looks
Interesting.
like the kind of picture you would get in like a pop-up garbage horror game that you download for like 99 cents.
How many of those have you bought?
Well, I don't have enough money for all that ghost hunting equipment anymore, so
That was our petty cash.
yeah, and it was spent pretty pettily.
All right. Pettily. It was spent quite pettily.
All right, well, Final Fantasy X Unicelestial Weapon Guide Nirvana video from Nico Saitama.
Saitama?
The one and only?
Not quite. Not quite. I have both Scepter and Blossom, but still nothing happened. John? Rebuttal?
Yeah, John, could you help us? We have our
to get
best
the Magus
minds on it, Nico.
Sisters, and then you have to fight Bellamine with the Magus Sisters, and then you get her next item. So you get those two to unlock the door to the Magus Sisters, then you still gotta fight them in the trial.
Probably something that is absolutely explained in the video.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yep. In the buff, episode 45, Are We Psychic? From Kyle. This is quite a
Yes, I
Quite a
remember this
comment.
comment. I remember this.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
This is in reference to the part where you guys have to, like, guess what happens next in the story Scott started telling.
Right.
Yeah, the scene.
They all did very poor. You did just as poorly as they did.
Congratulations, Kyle. Welcome to the family.
Right.
And he could have
None of them took it seriously.
I took it seriously.
I beg to differ.
Check the tapes.
All right.
Also,
I
Kyle.
knew a fucking whale noise was coming.
Kyle commenting again, coming back for more. Rachel Weisz is Evie from The Mummy.
There you go. That's why I said her name. My brain knew that, but I didn't.
Did you reference Rachel Weisz in that episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
said Rachel Weisz, like, at some point, I said,
Oh, because of the Brendan Fraser bit.
Right. Well, I mean, my brain did that bit. I was not cognizant of it.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
You don't get to make excuses. Fuck you.
It happens all the time.
I don't give a shit.
My brain makes connections
You don't
that I
get to
am not
make
cognizant of.
I don't care. You know?
I thought you said Rachel McAdams.
I did say Rachel McAdams because he said that. I said, Rachel Weisz is something about, and I'm like, I think that's Doctor Strange's girlfriend. And then Cody's like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Great. Are there any other comments?
I got some more comments if you want to listen to them.
Absolutely.
From Final Fantasy X, Waka Celestial Weapon Guide World Champion video from Diego Martin. Diego says, best player in Blitzball is Tats, no doubt, Invisible Shot.
How do we feel?
Sure. I think I need to play about 10 more playthroughs to get an idea. I've never
Right.
really tried him out as a starter, so let me do that, get everything on an Excel file, and I'll get back to you on that.
Now, invisible shot, does that imply that when he
Martins.
hits the ball, it is invisible?
It does go invisible.
That seems a bit cheaty.
You know, underwater, I don't see how that would be even remotely helpful because you'd still see where the ball is.
That's true.
It's invisible, though.
You would see the water around it does not become invisible. Alright.
But the ball...
Next comment.
Alright, I guess we're moving on.
No, we want to talk about it some more? Or what do
Final
you
Fantasy
Actually,
X
we do wanna
Omega
fit in
Ruins
the
Guide
waffling
video,
toward the end,
Captain
but we're not really
Ziggy!
saying anything.
Great video! Earned a new sub today!
Huh?
Final
Why is
Fantasy
he
X
yelling?
Waka Celestial Weapon Guide World Champion video. Is anyone wondering how did they score against Nimruk with all base stats?
Fucking thank you! No one acknowledges how strong of a fucking goalie Nimruk is. Cody gave me shit, I will never forget this, because I gave him the fucking spear shot, because that's the only way you can easily score against Nimruk.
Here's the thing. Everybody knows how competent of a goalie Nimruk is.
Yeah, he's the
Everybody
best
knows
goddamn
that.
goalie there is. From level 1, from day 1, this motherfucker's ahead of everybody else. Leagues ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
John, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Take a breath.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Pass out then.
I don't know anything about Final Fantasy Blitzball. I don't know anything. Okay?
Nimruk's quite good.
I've heard that. I've heard that he is.
Fucking best.
Maybe the best.
Motherfucker
Maybe
starts
the
with
best.
super goalie. He's not fair.
If you do start with an ability that's
Fuck you,
called
Square
Super
Enix.
Goalie, it seems kind of unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was he given that at birth?
Probably.
Bro, he came out of the, like, he immediately got into the egg and started fucking swatting away all the other sperm.
Oh.
Some roll defense there.
You know something I think about a lot?
I
Is-
see what you did.
Is it genuinely the best performing sperm that gets there?
No.
No, that's not true.
Well, elaborate. Tell me.
So there is a enzyme on the outside of an egg when it is produced, or when ovulation is taking place,
Uh-huh.
and then there's an enzyme
Yeah.
on the outside of the sperm
Yeah,
cap
inside. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that breaks that enzyme down so it can actually get in.
Oh.
So really,
Uh-huh.
it's like the 20th
I'm real close.
Oh,
that
yeah.
gets there because it has to take time for the
20th
enzyme
egg,
to.
huh? I mean sperm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck.
I took a class in college on
Oh,
human.
did you?
Is this what you talk
sexuality.
about when you take all those ladies out to coffee?
No, I don't.
Good.
I don't know. I mean, whatever he's talking about now hasn't given him much success.
You seem passionate about it.
I don't go
God
out.
damn.
I don't go out with people to coffee shops.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. You go on lunch dates like every other day of the week.
Those are with friends.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
I'm not like
Uh-huh.
going up to.
It's a new
women and being
name
like,
every
yo,
single
girl,
time.
How you doing? How about you and me go get some cappuccinos, girl?
Is that how you talk to them?
Yes,
Okay, that's why
Wow.
that's not working.
You shouldn't do that.
I have no Riz.
That stands for charisma. Did you guys know that?
I did know that.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Chris
What?
has
Valuable
charisma.
Oh, because it says, because Riz is in the middle of the word charisma.
He also has ligma.
What's ligma?
He licks my balls.
Great, John.
Thanks, God.
Great, John. You know, nothing if not predictable, but I feel safe with you.
You
I
know?
found the earnestness of that very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, all of us knew exactly what was going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but you just went for it anyways. And I find that quite charming.
Great.
Next comment.
What else do we got?
We've got a gauntlet of comments from the most recent episode of our podcast, Scary
Oh my
Stories
goodness.
to Tell in the Discord call.
Oh wow, there are.
Our first from longtime friend of the channel, Chris, saying, I still want that Exorcist.
I think he misspelled
I
Exorcist there.
think he spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
He also misspelled
Excorset-
that.
If
Oh,
John
yeah,
is
he
the
did.
one calling you out for spelling, you know you got a problem.
I mean, here's my real problem with it. Chris, you went to fucking school for it.
Hmm.
Spelling's hard.
Get your shit together.
It'll tell you if you've spelt it wrong, Chris. That's what those red squiggly lines are for.
Look,
Wait,
just
really?
like in relationships, red flags, I don't see them.
No, red squiggly lines. You
Oh.
fucking
There are
dumbass.
blue squiggly lines, John. So Chris is apparently a dog because he only sees the blue ones.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, Kyle, funny that you make that comment because I've got a comment from you here on that same episode
Uh-huh.
saying, to John, explain me calming down a large-scale panic attack.
What?
John lives so in the moment, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
So that was part of the last
I-
episode. This was like Scott was going on about why should he be afraid of ghosts, and I just chimed in with the story of I'd be afraid of my immune system finding my eyeballs, and I explained the reason why that's the case. And John's just like, Kyle, I feel like you'd be really good at calming large-scale people freaking out. And all of us went, why? And you never explained it.
Large-scale people is a euphemism I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Or ever.
I just meant groups. I can't
Kyle-
talk better than...
What you said did more than it made me more confused than helped me. I don't
Fantastic.
remember this
His
at
anger.
all.
Fantastic.
Maybe we should just continue and push on through here because we're already at 15 minutes.
Yep.
That's fine.
Another episode, the comment on the last episode from Kyle, ghost business. I disagree that there should only be one team in the house. Us hearing each other without realizing it would be great content.
No, bullshit. I'm taking this seriously, Kyle. I'm taking it seriously. Okay? So if we're getting I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Evidence from one team.
Yeah.
I need it to be absolutely clear that that team found evidence that wasn't contamination from another team making noise, that kind of thing.
Scott, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, I have one thing for the group, and I have one. I guess I have two things for the group. Great.
Oh
Good
my
job,
god.
guys. One, we all need to buy our own individual ghost hunting T-shirts.
Okay.
I want us each to have a separate one.
All right.
It'll be part of the team building exercise.
Okay.
Two, since I'm driving there, we've already talked that I'm gonna need to sleep.
Mhm.
If they got beds in there, I'll go to sleep in the
Oh yeah, I'm
in the
gonna
building.
try and rest. Don't get me wrong. That's part of the experience.
There's a chance that I go into Chris or Cody's room when they're sleeping or trying to, and I'm just gonna try to sneak in and just stand at the edge of their bed.
This is why I'm sleeping on the car ride, and I'm not sleeping.
No, I'm being okay. I'm
So
hold on. I'm a victim of this too. I'm going to have to hold all of my cockles to make sure that I do not do this because I'm a scamp. I'm just a little rascal, right? I want to mess you guys up so good, especially you, Chris, because you are such a mark. You are such a juicy little bite that I need to take my vengeance out on. I don't even know why. But I know I could get you really fucking good, and I have to stop myself. I gotta stop, because I'm taking this seriously, right? And I'm being genuine. Part of the experience of this investigation is going to be you guys sleeping and, like, getting weird dreams, maybe.
yep.
Just getting experiences while you're trying to sleep, hearing stuff. That's all part of it. That's why I said when we go to sleep, everybody needs to have some sort of recording device with them. You guys have your phones. I'm going to have to take the camera.
The lady that owns the Inspiration House, one of the houses that I was looking at, mentioned that on the first night you would be likely to get some sort of dream, and that's how they initially start interacting with you, quote unquote. So sleeping would be a big part of this. It's part of the experience.
Or a nightmare.
It might be. You might freak yourself out enough to have a nightmare.
I mean, how is that any different than you dreaming about frickin' Baba Yaga?
I mean, yeah. Also, I have nightmares whenever I just eat Taco Bell right before I go to bed.
John, you eat Taco Bell right before you go to bed almost every night.
Yeah.
No, I stopped. I haven't done it for like 2 weeks. Don't out me like that.
John, I know that's not true, because I saw you at Taco Bell just last weekend after game.
You motherfucker. I will find you.
Yeah?
I will dig up some fucking dirt on you, boy.
Okay, the
How
first dirt
dare
you can
you.
give me is, I was right behind you at that Taco Bell.
That's true.
Do we have any more comments?
We've got one more comment.
Merciful God, thank you.
From, one of the shorts that we posted.
There was another. No, there's two.
We have one more. Jesus. Okay, Kyle, calm down. They're both yours.
I
All
know.
calm
Oh,
down.
It's just
Yeah.
God damn it.
Sorry. Jeez, okay, all four of these, comments are from Kyle.
Yeah,
Yep.
I enjoy our channel.
Okay. He posted on the last episode of the podcast, John saying, and here's why Kyle would be the first to die. Proceeds to give no indication as to why he picked me specifically.
Hey, Kyle, do we have beef, bro?
I don't know. You started it.
Also, I did indicate. I do remember this thoroughly.
You could.
I don't remember
You
anything
could go
else.
to the recording.
But
Here's what you said. You said Kyle would be the first to die, and here's why. And then turned to Scott and said, "So you don't believe? So the ghost would kill me to make Scott believe."
yeah,
That's just saying what they do in regards to Scott.
okay. That's why you're the first to die.
You're being made an example of.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
You just,
Did your small brain not pick up on that?
Oh my God.
yeah, that's my
Absolute
point.
venom.
Like, why is it me?
I gave a reason why everybody else wouldn't get got first. So it leaves
that's
you
fair.
as the clear
Process of
answer why you would
elimination.
get got first.
Okay. If that's the way you want to play that, that actually, I guess, is valid.
Yeah, get fucked, loser.
If you're
Oh my
like,
goodness.
I'm just
all
hey,
of the other people get killed for this reason, therefore Kyle gets killed first. Okay,
It's like
fair.
It's like if I figure out who gets second, third, fourth, and fifth, well then that rules out who gets number one.
Is this the thing? Is this it?
Which of us smokes Pall Malls?
Me.
Wait, what?
Who the hell is Paul Mall?
It's
Your mom.
a cigarette brand, Chris.
I know it's a secret
John.
brand.
You just called it Chris. It's
You
a
tried
long
to
night.
call me
It's been a long
Scott,
night.
and then called- Oh, this is beautiful.
I've always had that problem, and you guys know it.
It's been an ongoing thing. Is there anything else?
Final comment from longtime friend of the channel, Kyle, saying, so was I number one by default?
Did you just
The
leave that
answer-
comment?
38 minutes
30
ago.
minutes ago.
Oh my God.
We barely even finished our D&D game.
The answer is no. We all know who is number
I
one by
am number
default.
one.
I don't want to rehash this argument. We made it in that podcast episode. Go watch it if you'd like to rehear the argument. But no, Kyle is not number one.
Coming from your number one, go do that.
Right.
Wow. So you're making a case for it now too, huh?
Every time we go
Oh
through these
God, I'm not
comments,
the leader.
it's almost like a gauntlet. It's like an
It's just
obstacle
an
course.
uphill battle.
Just trying to get through them.
We've made it to the end. We're here.
We hit the slope with momentum.
20
but that
minutes
momentum
in.
dies down.
It's like getting
That's
up Mount
great.
Chiliad in a tractor. And we're here now on the other side. And we're better for it. Now we're at the top of a hill.
And it's time for me to push the cart so we can start making our way down.
Are we
Great,
running
it's
up
all
that hill?
down.
Was that a
Downhill
good
from
was that a
here.
good corner transition?
No.
We didn't even say corners until I mentioned
Corners.
it. Hey, so I have a corner, but I want to talk about how my week has gone first.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there are two major events that have happened in my life this week.
Did you get married?
My sister, nope. Wow, I'm blanking. My cousin, my family's all fucked up. My cousin, got married for the second time last weekend. And
Congratulations.
I went to the wedding reception.
To her.
Yeah, I'm happy for her.
Did you leave early for a concert?
No, no, I didn't double book myself.
Also, congratulations to you, John. This is the first time you're getting married.
What?
Oh, was your cousin not marrying you?
No.
Oh.
We live in Ohio, not
you said your
Alabama.
family was fucked up, so I just...
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, but we always, in this side of the family, I hardly ever meet up with them too much. So when we do get together, we always do a family photo. It's me, my cousins, their parents, my parents, yada yada. And I'm a really photogenic person, you know?
I've
Also-
always said that about you. Yes.
Thank you
constantly
so
muttering it to
much.
himself.
But I also didn't know, like, I thought this was going to be an extremely casual wedding reception because this is a week after the wedding was already done. So I thought it was just kind of like a calm little thing. The wedding was a very small thing. No. Bride showed up in her wedding gown.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Dressed to the
Um,
nines.
Dude, like, everybody showed up in, like, khaki pants, button-up shirts. Yo, dog, I'm in sweatshirts, or I'm in a sweatshirt and fucking, like, jogging pants. Jogging pants, yeah.
You're doing it.
I looked great. I was wearing flip-flops, because, you know, classic John. Flip-flops, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So, family photo happens. I don't know what to do with my hands. So, I just throw up the rock sign. I just throw up the devil horns. And the photo looked great. Everybody looked great in the photo. I didn't even look that bad. My aunt, who had somebody take the picture with her phone, came up to me and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing with your hands?" And I'm like, "Oh, like, it's like, you know, like rock and roll, like the devil horns." She's like, "The devil horns?" I'm like, "Yeah. I'm sorry, have you never seen, like, anything like AC/DC or Led Zeppelin or anything? Like, you usually see any sort of band, people in the crowd will just, like, throw those up." She's like Satan?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I don't think anybody really equates it to Satan anymore. But, you know, you do you. And she's like, "I don't really like this." I'm like, "Okay, well, sorry." And that was it. That was all that we talked about.
Great. I'm glad you guys sorted that out.
So then the picture got posted on Facebook, and more of the family commented on it. I moved on. I didn't think anything of it. Like, I didn't even look at the comments until my cousin texted me and was like, "Hey, what are you doing with your hands in the picture?" I'm like, "Dude, you and I both know what the fuck I'm doing with my hands in this picture. Okay, I know you're not an idiot." She's like, "Well, a lot of my family's pretty not happy with it. So I just want to let you know that I'm editing your hands out of the picture." And I'm like, are you serious? And my other aunt texted me and was like, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm really disappointed. I thought you grew up better than that." And I'm like, I'm about to disown this whole fucking side of the family. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And then my dad sends me a text,
Oh my
probably
God.
2 days later. I'm at work. It's like fucking 90 degrees in the warehouse. And he's like, "Hey, your grandma was wondering what you're doing with your hands in the picture."
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
God.
"Dude," I'm like, and I just send the emoji of the fucking, the hand signal, the index finger and the pinky finger up. And I'm like, it's just rocking on, dude. It's just rock on. It's the devil horns. It's for music. And he's like, "Oh, like Dwayne Johnson."
What in the hell is
And
happening?
then he sends that. He sends that to her, and she's like, "Oh, I thought it had something to do with Satan."
Oh
And
my
I'm like, "Dude,
What the
okay,
fuck,
I
people?
give up on this side of the family." We're done.
Honestly, great save by your dad there.
Yeah,
He really just saved face for you.
I don't give a shit about. I don't care.
Just like, are these people living under a rock? What is going on? That's been a major part of pop culture for at least 30 years.
Yeah,
Jesus
So,
Christ, people. Like,
you know.
Wow, good job.
So that's that side of the family for me.
Before
That's
we
pretty
move
cool.
on, John, I just want to say how disappointed I am in you for doing this crude, lascivious gesture
Good word.
at a happy day. And you just
Yep.
ruined that picture.
And not only that, you were wearing flip flops and a sweatshirt, dude. You're disgusting.
You're right.
You should have worn your shirt from the church's Satanism.
No, he should have worn his goddamn roller derby shirt.
I should have. Because you know what's equated with the devil?
Roller derby.
Roller derby.
Lesbians?
Yep.
To some people. And let me just say, if lesbians are the devil, then call me a Satanist. I slay.
Okay.
I'm wearing my
All right.
roller derby shirt right now.
Nice. So the other event that happened in my life this week.
There's another one?
Yeah, I know. It was a lot. A lot happened this week. This one actually just happened last night. So, my nephew is a senior in high school. He is the starting wide receiver for his football team.
Nice.
Pretty solid. He's getting some college looks right now. The only problem is his coach doesn't throw the ball ever.
They got that running game.
They only got that running game. If it's tied, if it's the beginning of the game, they run the ball. If they're up by 20, they run the ball. If they're down by 40, they run the ball. Like, all they do is run the ball. They don't know anything else. Crazy enough, he's still getting college looks.
he's not playing the fucking game and he's getting college looks. I'm impressed.
Yeah, he went out to a college campus this weekend so that he could see how that team practices and see if it's something that he would be interested in. So good for him.
It sounds like he's working really fucking hard if he's getting looks for
Now,
not doing anything.
he is probably one of the hardest workers on that team. I will give him that 100%.
Good for him.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not crazy superstitious. I think I'm a little bit superstitious. I make a lot of jokes about like, oh, this thing's happened. So clearly now we're gonna, I don't know, suck somebody's dick.
What? What?
Like,
What?
like you see a sign and you know this is the next thing to happen.
Oh, hold on a second, John. I'm just gonna say this. If you're seeing signs that say you're gonna suck someone's dick, I don't think that's superstition.
I think you just did the wrong club.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
And honestly, hearing this now, it does put a certain tint on interactions you and I have had together.
What?
This is something we'll talk about it after the podcast.
Okay. All right. Well, consider my confidence shaken.
Well, if you need a boost, John, I've always enjoyed our interactions. One happy, satisfied customer over here.
Oh, thank you. That gave me enough to keep going with the podcast. So the superstition in question is I have never gone to a sporting event of any of my families where that team won. And before this podcast, I took the time to go through as many of the sporting events as I could remember. And since I've had a niece or nephew for the last 19 years, I've gone to about, I think I counted 43 events, and they have not won a single one of them.
Incredible.
They have not won a single game. I've gone to games where they were undefeated last game of the season. They're supposed to run roll baseball teams, and they get fucking smoked.
Oh
So,
my god. This
my
is
nephew
amazing.
Was like, we are breaking the streak this year. We are gonna do it. This
He
is where it
knows?
happens. He said,
He knows about
oh,
this?
they all know. They all know. Everyone knows that, like, I have not been allowed to go to almost any games. The only games I'm ever allowed to go to are the ones that they're expected to lose. Because of that. So, like, last week,
Now it's self-fulfilling prophecy.
last week, they played Alter, and it was the hometown rivalry game, Kettering versus Alter. And he told me, he's like, hey, we're going to break this curse this year. It's going to happen. Just don't go to this week's game. Go to next week's game. Because he didn't want to lose to Ultra in his senior year. I respect it. This one was, they played Trotwood. They were expected to beat Trotwood by 24 points.
What does that mean? Like, what do you mean expected to?
So projection-wise, seeing like what the team is capable of, how the teams have done last year compared to where they're at this year.
All right.
Kettering was projected to beat Trotwood by 24 points. 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I show up a little bit late.
12 safeties.
Sure. Yep.
Or 3 touchdowns and three of the double points.
Nope. No.
Yeah? 2-point conversions?
Yeah, you're right.
That's the one, 2-point conversion.
Right. Yep, you're right. So I show up, and as I'm walking up to the stadium, I hear the announcer yell, Kettering scores, they run it back for a touchdown. Great. Fantastic. They go for a 2-point conversion, nail it. They're up 8-0. I'm like, this sounds great. By the time my ticket gets set up, I go to the concession stand, decide that the concession stand is too long. I reach the seats. I see Trotwood score. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's going to be a good game.
Ooh.
By the time I find the seats, they're losing 16-8.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
I sit down with my family, and immediately the people around them that are friends with them are like, why are you here? What are you doing here? And I'm like, he told me to come. And they're like, you need to go. You need to go home. And then they score again, making it 25-8 or whatever.
8.
And I'm like, wow.
Oh my god.
So I'm trying to watch the game a little bit, and I see this the Trotwood defense. One of the linebackers like smacks a guy on the ass for getting a sack, and I'm just like, wow. I didn't even see his glove. I think he just got all in that crack with that fucking slap ass. Turns out that wasn't the case. Dude just didn't have a right hand.
Oh.
They had a linebacker, number 9, who when he was 14, he tore his ACL and was out for his 8th grade season.
Hang on.
And then when he was 16, let a fucking firework go off in his hand.
There it is.
And blew off his whole hand.
Okay.
Oof.
This dude is a senior still getting fucking college scholarships.
What a success story.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't rooting for Trotwood, but I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
I thought this dude was awesome. So, I think the game ended with them losing 38-8.
They didn't score after you showed up.
Jesus Christ.
They never scored after I showed up.
They scored 38 points after
Bro,
you showed up.
They were projected to win by over 20 points, and they
Hold on a
lost by
second.
fucking 30.
They had your cousin's team, or sorry, your nephew's team had scored just before you showed up, and it was like 8-0.
Yep.
So as soon as you bought your ticket, the other team scored 38 points.
Yes.
Yeah, it was painful.
John, you're the devil.
Holy
Oh,
Jesus.
so I hung out.
What did your nephew say?
So I was hanging out with my family afterwards, and we went to Frickers. And when my nephew got there, he was like,
Frickers is for winners.
he was like, hey dude, yeah, so you're gonna come to the last game of the year, right? And I'm like, I made every Friday available so that I could go to whatever games you asked me to go to. He's like, cool. We're expected to beat Beaver Creek by like 50 points. So that's the game. And I'm like, okay. And that's the last game of the season? He's like, yeah. I'm like, do you want me to go to the other ones? He's like, no.
I'm feeling good.
I'm like, okay. All right. You know, I get it. He's like, well, honestly, you can do what you want because I'm not feeling too hot about this season. And I'm like, I mean, eventually you guys are going to win one, right? Eventually. That should happen.
Now, is this
We'll
like
see.
a good team, or is it like our team?
They're usually a really good team.
Okay.
Like, they're a fairly larger school. I won't say they're the best team, but they're usually definitely above the middle of the road. So, like, they're not a 10 out of 10. I'd probably give them, like, a 7 or an 8.
And I'm not crazy in thinking that ours is quite poor, right? Our team sucks dick, right?
Actually, so there's a little bit to this. Our team is not great.
Sure.
But we're just big enough to play in a larger division than we should. So we always played against teams that were bigger than us.
Okay.
We actually just went down a grade, and now we're still not doing great.
Okay, well.
But I do feel like if we went down a grade while we were still in school, we'd have like 8-9 win seasons out of 10 games. I feel like we'd win almost every game. Like, we would have been a whole different animal.
Well, great. Is that your corner?
No, that's not my corner.
Thank God.
I just wanted to share these experiences with you because it's great, you know? It's great when you show up somewhere and they treat you like the fucking witch from the 1700s.
Yeah, I'll say.
You know? It's pretty cool.
The next event you go
was-
to, they're just gonna burn you at the stake.
They really might. They really. So I was thinking about just showing up at every single one of his games, but like sitting on the opposite side of the stands.
Oh, just like curse the other team somehow?
No, I don't think I have that
I
kind of
imagine
ability.
you with a wide brim hat, brim over your eyes, like hands in the like temple of power. Just like looking over at your family sitting there like, yeah, they don't even fucking know.
No, see, what I was thinking is I'm gonna look like Snape from Harry Potter, where he's just like uttering a curse,
Oh,
and then someone's just gonna see me like lipping something.
wait a
I'm gonna be
second,
in
John,
all
do you
black.
mutter curses?
No,
I think we just found out why you keep making them lose.
He's the devil.
I'm not
son.
making them lose. You shut your whore mouth.
All right, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
I'm just imagining John actually being burnt at the stake on the 50-yard line. And, like, people in the stands not quite understanding why, but then, like, the information gets passed around and everybody's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Oh yeah, this
His
makes sense
nephew's
now.
there with a big fan to make sure he doesn't die of smoke inhalation.
And he tells me he's doing it out of love.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just everybody
So-
being cool with a modern day witch burning
Yep.
at,
The cops,
at a high school football game.
and you know that they have cops there. So like the cops are just like standing there with like their hands at their belt, just
Mhm.
watching it happen.
Yep.
You got the fire department there in case things get out of hand.
Dude, somebody outside with a motorcycle has a huge dick.
I just heard it too. So my corner, guys, my actual corner,
Incredible.
42 minutes in. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I felt like my last two corners were dog shit.
Right.
So I decided I'd play a little Ohio trivia game
God damn
with
it.
you guys.
I can do
Okay.
this.
I'm gonna give you
Alright.
guys a handful of facts, we'll say, and you're gonna tell me if they're true or false. All right,
All
you're
right.
gonna tell me if they're
Okay.
real or not.
Do any of these quote unquote facts involve the indescribable Octoman?
No,
So I guess it's not much of an Ohio trivia.
they're pretty boring.
Right.
They're pretty
know-
boring because that's all I do.
What I
This
love
whole
more than
week has
trivia.
just been me failing.
What I love more than trivia is boring trivia.
I know, right? This is it right here. Okay.
John, I appreciate the confidence you have in your friends to make this entertaining and funny.
Right.
Thanks. So, we'll start off easy. All right. The capital of Ohio is Columbus. Is that true or false?
True.
That's
It's
I'll
false.
take, I'll
Kyle says
take true.
false.
I'm going to take true.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
you're gonna
pick
take
true.
Okay. Chris?
Yeah.
Yes, it's true, or are you okay?
I said it's true.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, he got drowned out by
Well,
me.
Kyle, you're a fucking retard.
Oh. Oh.
It's true, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Kyle,
true.
what do you think the capital is?
Oh, I know it's Columbus. I'm doing a bit, guys.
Oh, what's the bit? Could you explain the bit to me?
It's not a bit if it's true, Kyle.
Because
Kyle,
the
I
bit
want you
I'm
to take
doing
this
is
seriously.
winning this goddamn competition.
Yeah, Kyle.
Chris, put a ding up here for everybody who gets them right. Okay.
He won't.
All right, we're moving up to the next one. Ohio was the 6th state to join the Union.
God, I don't
False.
That's a
know. I don't
False.
big
know.
old
I
lie.
think it was the 13th.
You think it was the 13th?
It was
Okay. So
believe it was the
everybody
46th.
agrees that it was it's false.
I think it's
It's
false.
the
Okay, which one do you think it is?
17th state.
Cody says 17th.
I believe it is the.
No.
Whoever gets this right gets an extra
46.
point.
It's the 18th state to join.
Okay. Scott, you said 13th?
Or no, wait.
All right, you guys are all correct that it is false. Cody is correct, it is the 17th state. You're
There
all
you go.
fucking idiots.
There you go.
All right.
Is that counting that they didn't correctly file the paperwork for like 100 years?
No.
Number 3. Mrs. Rutherford B. Hayes was given the nickname Lemonade Lucy because she refused to serve alcohol at the White House.
That's an Ohio
Wait, what in
trivia
the fuck?
fact?
Because Rutherford B. Hayes is from Ohio.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
If the trivia can be about somebody from Ohio, then you could be like, who was the first man that landed on the moon?
I could do that. You're right.
That's not Ohio trivia.
Eat my dick.
That's
Okay.
a false.
I'm going to say
That's a
true
false?
because Lemonade Lucy
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like a nickname I would have.
No, I'm saying Lemonade Lucy
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm gonna go with
Rutherford
false.
B. Hayes' wife. It was a different president's wife.
Lucy
Okay.
Hayes?
Okay.
I'd go on a date with Lucy Hayes.
She's
Cody, what do you
married.
say?
Scott?
No, I'm saying if there was a lady named Ruth Lucy Hayes giving me lemonade, I'd be like, hey, do you want to go get some lemonade? And it'd be code for pissing on her, obviously, but...
Oh my god. Wait, is that what that Beyonce album is about?
Wait,
It
is that
is.
what the nickname was about?
Okay. Okay.
Hang on.
Hold on. Do you want me to say it again?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
All
I think
right.
we're
What
good.
did you say?
think that is true.
Okay.
I'm going
Scott,
with true. I'm going with true.
Chris,
False.
Kyle.
False.
Chris and Kyle, you guys are idiots. It is a true statement.
Okay, I
This
should have
is
known it was
Rutherford B.
more
Hayes
it
was
was.
Lemonade Lucy.
I should have known it was a little too complex for you to have made up.
Damn.
That's
All
right.
Number
That's
4, Steven Spielberg, a famous movie director. Did you guys know that?
I hadn't heard of
Was
him.
born in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow.
That's false.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no way.
All right.
Is
so
that the
Chris
trivia?
and Kyle immediately say false. Cody?
I'm going to say that is not true.
Okay.
I just implicitly trust you, John,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say true.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Scott, you are incorrect. It is false.
John.
Do you guys
um,
know where he was actually born?
New Jersey.
Cincinnati.
Not a clue.
Trenton.
Not Dayton.
Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
He was born in Cincinnati. I just said it, Chris.
God damn it, John.
All right. Kyle, you might get this one, or you might not. Who knows? Before Columbus,
Cool.
Zanesville and Chillicothe were both capitals of Ohio.
I want to
false.
say false, but Chillicothe was the de facto capital before Columbus.
I've said true for every single one, and I'm scared to stop. So I say true.
If you've noticed, I've said
Okay.
false to everything
I
as well.
think only one of those was the capital before Columbus. And I was actually going to bring this up during the Columbus question. I'm going to say false. Only one
Okay,
of them has been
so-
capital.
Scott is the only one to say true.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say false.
All right. Scott, you are correct. It is a true statement.
Hell yeah.
Chillicothe was the first capital, followed by Zanesville, then back to Chillicothe, and now Columbus.
Oh my god.
Is that since
we
it's been a
just-
state? Or when it was a territory?
I couldn't fucking tell you. Who gives a shit?
Okay. Well, I
Number
guess
6.
what
I
does
think
it
it's been a-
all
I think it's
matter
been a
then?
state. I think it's been a state. I think is the actual answer. It's since it's been a state. I'm sorry, Cody. Does that bother you?
Can we get
I'm
a fact
bothered.
check on that?
No. After the podcast, we can.
No.
Number
Alright.
6. the cash register was invented in Dayton, Ohio.
True.
This is true. I know this is true.
No.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, everybody else seems confident. You want to change your answer for once? Okay.
No.
So Scott's going to be the guy who says true on everything. You're the one who says false on everything?
Yes.
That is true?
There's a
I just
monument
broke you at your
to
own
it
game, Kyle.
literally
Wow,
5
he
minutes from where I
absolutely
live.
fucking demolished you, Kyle. Get roasted.
For everybody
my guy.
who said true, you are correct. The cash register was invented in Dayton, Ohio. Does anybody know who invented it?
Your mom.
Oh,
Ooh,
fuck.
God,
This
God.
guy, give him another point.
Hell yeah.
Give me 10 minutes to go to the monument, and I can tell you.
Okay, great. While he's doing that,
They have a replica of it at the Engineers Club over on Monument.
Is that
Nice.
place even open?
Yeah. I don't know if it's open to the public,
Okay.
but certainly you can reserve the space.
Okay.
so, while he's doing that, did you guys know that Cincinnati was renamed 6 times?
I didn't know that, no.
Is this part of the game?
This is the number 7 fact. Cincinnati was renamed 6 times.
I don't believe you.
I'm going to say
I'm gonna
true.
say
Says
false.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say false.
Okay, all right. And Cody also said false?
Yes.
All right, well, you guys are correct. It is false. But it was actually originally named Lasanteville.
Strong name.
Then where did they get the Queen City from?
You know, that's a good question. You should say that for your trivia episode.
Yeah. Is
No.
this the new meta?
No.
Who knows?
Trivia episodes.
Harry Stevens from Niles, Ohio, created the name for a Frankfurter served in a wrap in a roll. He called it a hot dog.
Trolls?
Harry Stevens is like the kind of pube job I like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet it's actually Harry Niles, and he's from Stevens, Ohio.
Oh. You think John's
Yeah.
doing wordplay? You think he's clever enough for that kind of action?
I'm not.
But I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say false. Break the mold.
Wow, Scott's mixing it up.
Break the mold.
Cody,
Keep
you've been
them on their
quiet.
toes.
Cody, what do you know about the Frankfurter?
It's you know what? That's the origin of the Skyline Coney, isn't it?
I think Conies were... I think they originated in New Jersey or something.
I think they're from Ohio.
In
I'm
Coney
gonna
Island.
say true.
It is true.
God
Harry
damn
Stevens
it.
invented the name for
Fuck
the hot
yeah,
dog.
That's right.
All right, this one gets a little personal, okay? John got his first and only, for now, public intoxication at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio.
True.
I think that's true. You shared that
False.
story on this podcast.
Yeah.
Did I?
Was
Yeah.
it Miami University?
It was Miami. He was down in Oxford.
Yeah.
But was it his first and only?
I think whatever the answer is, you lose, Sean.
I'm going to say...
And now we've summed up my entire week.
I'm going to say false.
Kyle?
I said false too.
Boring answer from Kyle.
So little faith in your friend,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It is true. My first and
Damn it.
only public intoxication was at Miami University on a February night.
We're really not playing within the spirit of the game now. If trivia about John is
That's
in
what
a
I'm
game
saying.
about
That's
Ohio
what I was-
trivia.
Whether it be Hayes trivia, it's goddamn Ohio trivia.
The Cleveland Browns were the first Major League professional baseball team in Ohio.
That's false.
You
False?
said baseball. I want to check to make sure that wasn't a typo on your part.
So, what's everybody saying?
False.
Everyone's saying false?
Mm,
Chris, I'm proud of you guys for recognizing that it was a football team.
God,
That
I
is
hope they didn't change the name to the Cleveland Indians.
No,
The Cincinnati Reds are actually the longest running baseball team, and we're I think the first baseball team
Ever.
Professional.
even before they made the major league.
Wow.
The Wright brothers were actually bike makers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
Great
yes,
job,
this
guys.
is one of
I'm
those
proud of you.
fundamental Ohio facts.
I'm also
Canton
5 minutes
is
away
the
from
home
there.
to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
What?
Yes, that's true.
Canton, Ohio is the home to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I just trust Cody, so true.
It's true because of the Dayton Triangles.
You no longer trust John.
What the fuck is the Dayton Triangle? What are you talking about, Chris? What's the Dayton Triangles?
So the first NFL game was played between somebody and the Dayton Triangles here in Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the whole fact?
Okay, great.
Mhm.
I believe you. All right. During the Civil War, Procter
Are you going to tell us the
Gamble-
answer, John?
Oh yeah, it was true. I thought we already said that. I thought we all came to that conclusion.
Fun fact, I didn't go to a wedding reception in Canton, Ohio recently.
Nice.
Well,
And it
I
wasn't
only
in
have
Camden.
night. Is that true or false, everybody? Because that was my number 19.
Oh,
False.
Kyle sticking to his guns. Oh, all right. Number 13. During the Civil War, Procter & Gamble supplied all of the soap for the Union Army.
True.
Thank God it wasn't the other one.
Ohio.
I'm gonna go with
staunchly
false.
hates
Sticking to my
the
guns.
South.
Now, was Procter & Gamble, like, making soap back then?
Yes, they're really fucking old.
Yeah, Procter & Gamble was definitely making soap.
You
back
guys
then. That's
seem
what they started
really
with.
confident,
Cincinnati.
and that scares me.
Well, Kyle works at a Procter & Gamble facility.
I mean, if a goddamn person who works at McDonald's, they don't know the goddamn history of McDonald's.
They
They
might.
fucking better.
it's part of the entrance exam.
I'm gonna say false.
Cody?
I want to say false, but Kyle and Chris had such
Chris
confidence
always fakes
going
confidence.
Well, Kyle,
That's
you
not
said
true.
false, right?
I said false.
in. Wait, what? Oh. Well, Kyle and Chris are losing, so I don't know if I should trust them. I'm
You should
going
also
to
think
say
Kyle has said false on everything, and will continue to do so.
Mhm.
very well. I will say true. No, I changed my answer. All of the soap? No, not all of the soap.
It's
Ooh.
true. It's true.
Okay. Chris, give yourself a point there, because you are correct.
You
Procter &
fucking
Gamble
prove
supplied
to
all
me
of the
that
soap.
every single bar of soap came from Procter & Gamble. Prove it!
Columbus, the fourth capital of Ohio, is also known as the rock and roll capital of the world, and is home to the first museum for rock and roll.
False.
False.
I'm gonna say
That
false,
is
just because I know
false.
Cleveland has that museum. Has a museum.
Cleveland has
is
the
also
Rock
the
and Roll Hall of
birthplace.
Fame.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure he already said that they switched the capital more than four
No,
times.
No, I said it was
the
the fourth
time was
capital.
Columbus.
It was
Didn't he?
Chillicothe, then Zanesville, then
Ah,
Chillicothe, then Columbus.
Okay.
Different
I still say
kitchen
false.
copies.
Well, everybody who said false is correct. It is Cleveland. Good job,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Hell yeah.
John D. Rockefeller was the first billionaire in the United States.
Great.
Real
true.
Ohio
Yes.
trivia here.
False.
I don't remember.
We didn't have billionaires back then.
No. He
No,
was
he
that
definitely
rich.
was a billionaire.
Still gonna say false.
Cody?
I said true.
Okay. Everybody said true is correct. First billionaire.
Hell yeah.
Should have ate him.
Did you guys know that one of Cleveland's nicknames is Mistake on the Lake?
Yes.
I think no, I didn't know that.
False.
Is this the true? Is this when I say true or false?
Yeah.
I believe it is a mistake.
Mistake on the Lake.
I will go with
Uh,
true.
It's true. It's a
False.
true statement. It's a true
Oh,
fact.
why is that, Chris?
Because as a Bengals fan,
You're not a Bengals fan. You gave that up to go to Seattle.
I never moved to Seattle. I took that.
Yeah.
But now you're a
well,
Minnesota
you
man,
can't.
so I've heard.
Something like that.
Just because I've downsized my soda consumption doesn't mean
I might
Hmm.
butcher this, but apparently the Cuyahoga River
Cuyahoga?
caught on fire.
Cuyahoga.
Great.
Cuyahoga.
I still fucked it up. Caught on fire because
Would you
of all
tell
the
us
pollution that was
what
coming
the
from
answer to the
Cleveland.
last one is?
I said it was true.
Oh,
Great.
great. I also said true.
Did you guys know that lifesavers came from Cleveland?
Like the candy?
Yeah,
False.
they were invented in Cleveland.
Wait, what about the river thing?
You just you just skipped
The
river.
river
I said it was
definitely
true.
did catch fire.
I didn't say
Oh,
true
no,
or false
sorry,
to the
sorry,
river
no,
thing. Because
no.
I wanted
My
to know
bad.
about
We
the
didn't
previous.
fucking answer that.
Sorry. That was why it was nicknamed the mistake on the lake.
Ah,
Is because of that
It was
fire
a
pollution.
factor
Oh.
to go with the
interesting.
It caught fire again here
Oh,
recently.
dear God.
Yep.
Lifesavers,
Ohio.
huh?
Drugs and mistakes.
Lifesavers are from Canada, not from Cleveland.
They do feel
Really?
Canadian, and I don't know why I
So-
feel that way.
I'm saying false because Smarties are also Canadian.
Probably
I'm going to say
'cause
false
it's
with you,
in-
Chris, because I'm just feeling it.
Okay. Kyle said false.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cody?
think that is a true statement.
Okay. Cody, you are correct.
God damn it.
The lifesavers were invented in Cleveland by a chocolate maker, of all people, named Clarence Crane.
Alliteration.
Another fun
Yeah.
fact about food invented in Ohio: Slim Jims.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was Macho Man Randy Savage.
In fact, every single Slim Jim in the world is made in Dayton, Ohio.
John's just over here like, fact number 22 is off the
I
list.
don't believe
Don't worry. That one was not on my list, but it was gonna be. All right. LeBron Ramone James
False.
Jr. was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2003 at the age of 19.
God damn it. I don't know.
Wait. The Cavaliers wasn't his team.
The Cavs was his team.
That was where, like,
Cavs was his team.
If I get this one right,
He was the
from sheer
hometown hero
coincidence,
for
it'll be
Ohio,
great.
Chris.
was it his first team, is the question.
It's definitely his first team.
Then it's true.
It's a question of whether he was 19 or if it was 2003.
Yeah, is he 39 now?
You say the question is whether it was 2013 or 2003?
I don't know if the year is correct or the
Oh.
age is correct.
I see. Okay, got you.
I am going to say
I'm calling false.
false.
Okay.
I'm just
The
gonna say
year
true.
or his age is correct. I think he was younger. I think he was only 18.
So, Kyle said false. Chris said true.
Yes.
Scott and Cody both said false.
Yes.
It is a true statement.
Damn it.
He was drafted out of high school. One of the only people in that draft to be drafted by the Cleveland
Did he skip,
Cavaliers.
did he, like, miss out a year or something?
He skipped college.
No, I mean, like, he was 19.
No, he was drafted, or he turned 19 like 3 weeks before the
Gotcha.
before the draft hit.
Okay.
And then he treated his career much like the capital of Ohio. He went from the Cavaliers to Miami, back to the Cavaliers, then to the Lakers, the true capital of the NBA.
Right.
All right, guys, one last one, and then I'm done, and then I'm going home for the
Thank
night.
God.
All right,
Is this for double
Archibald
points?
Nutt was the first governor of Ohio.
Well, that's not true.
False.
Maybe
You
he took
think-
the name from history. I'm gonna say that's true.
It's not true, Chris.
I'm going to say false.
All right, okay. Who do you guys think the first mayor of Ohio was? Sorry, I said mayor. Governor of Ohio.
John Boner, I think?
False.
Pronounced Boehner.
Right. Allegedly.
Let's see. 1816. So it's a really old name.
1803.
1803 is
I
when
bet he-
Ohio was made a state.
I bet it was. I bet they became president Rutherford B. Hayes.
It was actually Lemonade Lucy.
Oh.
Wow, so progressive.
No, I'm just kidding. But it was false. Archibald McNutt is a made-up character. He's not real. Total fabrication.
Total fabrication.
The real first
I made him
governor of
up.
Ohio was Edward Tiffin.
That's where Tiffin University comes from.
Isn't that great?
There you go. See, is that a fact or is that fiction?
And look,
I think
that's
that might be
lame.
false.
the best corners are the ones where we all learn something. What have we all learned?
That none
No.
I
of us-
learned that if I can't produce a good game for a corner, I'm just fucked.
Right. So it looks like you're fucked.
Hey, you learned how to pronounce Cuyahoga.
Yep, gonna butcher that for the rest of my life still.
Another fun fact about Cleveland. They attempted to win the world record for most balloons released at a single time,
Right.
which they won.
Yeah.
But then all of the balloons, after popping, littered the city and surrounding areas with debris, causing wanton destruction
People died.
to the city.
It didn't cause wanton destruction.
Damn.
That's just Cleveland.
Dude. Shout out to Cleveland for trying to do nice and fun things. And
Here's
it just
a little
always
fun fact.
backfires.
There is a still unsolved series of murders in Cleveland called the Cleveland Torso Murders, where torsos washed up on the banks of Lake Erie with no arms or legs or head.
It seems like fish are just really good at getting the bits they like.
Well, you'd think that, wouldn't they? But why would they eat the arms and legs and heads off the body?
Because they're the farthest parts out and they rot the quickest.
I disagree. I think the easiest part would be the gut. Really easy to tear in there. Most wild animals, when they scavenge, go for the guts and the groin.
They go for the anus because it's the easiest way in.
Guts and the groin.
Mm-hmm. So, you want to know what my two favorite Ohio trivia facts are?
Sure, Chris.
before we-
Oh, I just didn't want to answer
so-
that.
The state wildflower for Ohio is the white trillium because it is the only wildflower that grows in all 88 counties of Ohio. And I know that there's only 88 counties in Ohio because, oddly enough, Ohio has the same number of counties as there are recognized constellations that separate the night sky into areas.
What if I made a new constellation right now?
That's not a part of what the Astrological Society.
What if I make it one?
Then I guess it'll be different. But
This is my life's goal. I'm going to identify a constellation. A new one.
Well-
just so that Ohio doesn't have this bullshit fact that it can use.
well, constellations are regions of the night sky. So you'll be like, so this star is here, which is in the Scorpio constellation. So everyone knows where to look.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
What the hell? No, you don't get to end it.
Wait, what was the second fact? You said there were two.
Those are two. The white trillium and
Well-
constellations.
Oh.
Wait,
I thought that
huh?
was the second.
Such a-
Wait, what even was
And
the
if I
white
had to
trillium
pick-
one?
I'm so confused.
That's our state wildflower, and it's that because it grows in all 88 counties.
Hang on, Sloopy.
Natively. I had to pick number 3, it's that Ohio sits at the at the perfect latitude to always have Orion's belt be visible all year long.
Isn't that wonderful?
See, that's interesting because I have noticed that. And I thought,
I thought that was just a world thing.
No, John. Not even remotely.
Well, it is a world thing
I
because
could've fooled
at our
me.
yeah,
latitude,
it is a
all around
world
the
thing. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something about Ohio.
Oh, alright.
Is it a
Don't-
state?
don't,
No.
don't,
It
guys,
is-
don't,
it is
don't.
people.
I cut it when he cut it.
Oh,
because I thought it was funnier.
So me
All right.
wrapping up right now won't even get used?
Nope.
That's fine. Come on, Scott. Let's go fucking steal
I'm
some
not
cocaine
stealing
in Grand Theft Auto.
anything.
I already ended the recording.